Okay, if we're going to consider jumping ship career-wise, then we've got to be sure that the new ship is seaworthy. So what factors do we need to consider? After many years of working with adult career changes, we found that these are the 6 golden questions. Question 1. Is there a real and genuine need for the new career or job that you're considering? It's completely pointless getting excited about a career that's not in demand. As a general rule, if there are only limited jobs available and they carry fairly average salaries, then that field is unlikely to be booming with growth. Don't be duped by a glamorous or fun-sounding job only to find there's no real work available. Question 2. Is there enough room in the industry for you to get a job? If the industry is saturated with workers, or if it requires you to be at the top of the ladder just to be a reasonable success, then it probably isn't practical. For example, the film industry might need good directors, but how many of us are genuinely going to be the next Steven Spielberg? It's great to have lofty goals, but make sure that there's a dash of realism in there too. Question 3. Is that industry need likely to continue through to retirement? Even if there's a genuine need for a particular skill at this moment in time, will it last? None of us have a crystal ball, but we can have an educated guess whether or not that business will still be around in the future. Many jobs have gone the way of the dodo, and many more will follow over the next few decades. The honest truth is there are very few future-proof industries. We can't always expect a career change to last our entire working life, but we want to make sure that we get at least a decade or two so we can justify the time and the energy required to make that change. Question 4. Will it give me long-term job satisfaction? This is a hard one. There's no real way for most of us to truly know what it's like to do the job that we're considering, but we can look at what others are doing and see if they're getting the rewards that we're looking for. We can also discuss it with people who know the industry well, and most of us are actually quite similar when it comes to achieving job satisfaction. We like to think that we're making a difference. We want to be well rewarded. Most of us want to feel that we've put in a good day's work of value, and we'd like to be recognised both financially and by our peers and bosses. We also like to enjoy the work we do. On balance, if we can enjoy it 80% of the time, then I think we're doing pretty well. Question 5. Can I make enough money for some of the nicer things in life? Life is unfortunately very expensive. The only people that don't honestly know that are kids. As we grow up and gain responsibilities, we generally discover that it's far more expensive than we'd ever imagined. The cost of living is universally soaring. I mean, just look at food, petrol and house prices recently. For most of us, just being able to afford one decent holiday a year while running a reasonably nice car is about the most we can hope for. We all dream of having enough to save for those little, and let's be honest, not so little extras. But whatever your motivation and passion, whether it be treating or educating your children, holidays, travel, cars, motorbikes, boats, technology or eating out, you simply can't indulge the fun stuff without the bank balance to support it. And even before the niceties kick in, can we afford just to make this month's rent, mortgage or car payments comfortably? A career that builds towards a significantly higher income is obviously going to benefit us and our families and make life that little bit easier. Question 6. Is there enough variety in that market to find something that really suits me? Does the market we're considering have a variety of roles and options down the line? Are we locked into one defined career path only, or are there multiple routes that we can take as we grow older and our interests and priorities change? Just look at the decisions you've made over the last 10 to 30 years, if you're old enough. You'll see that our entire outlook on life has moved and changed as life wore on. Make sure you leave yourself room to evolve and change. The Learning Lolly team has been helping people to consider these questions for many years now, and the only market that we've consistently found to tick all the right boxes is the computing and IT industry. If we look at many of the other markets available for retraining, like construction industry or banking and financial services, life and sports coaching, and many others besides, then you see that they've all experienced problems to some extent and have a history of being very up and down over the years in terms of both jobs and growth. And you should know that IT is often nothing like what some people expect it to be. So, join us in the next section where we'll take a closer look at the IT industry. Or why not just download our free information pack and IT certification ebook today? Just click on one of the free guide buttons you'll see anywhere on our website.